Fire 100 FM The Pike at 8:33. So, I've gone over the most of the list so far that I love, the end of year list. The number one favorite of mine being the things people have had removed from their posteriors in the emergency room. Quiet down there, Matt. And then my second favorite one, earlier this morning, we talked about the stuff people have left in their Ubers, which was fascinating. In fact, I got a text from an Uber driver I'm going to go over later. He's trying to explain some of those things people left in the back of those cars, like urinals and chainsaws. And then this is no offense. This is my third favorite list, Matt. I hope you don't take offense to that. But Matt Vautour from MassLive, one of their great sports writers, has his predictions every year. And every year at this time, we go over last year's predictions and see how many he got right. And then we'll go over the 2026 predictions. And Matt, thanks for taking the time this morning, man. I appreciate it.
Well, you see, I'm going to take it like that. My list is a subset of your first list because some of those picks came from that direction.
Very nice, sir. Very nice. Yeah. Well, let's go over some of those the picks that you pulled out of your posterior here for last year. We'll go with the first one, which you came pretty confident on this. And in fact, you said you said that Robert Kraft would trust his gut, and he won't fire Gerard Mayo.
Yeah, I was wrong. Like you could count it in hours.
Yeah.
When a baby is born, you're first listing that baby's age in weeks. You could list that prediction was hours old when Gerard Mayo got let go. On that one, like the game ended, the week 18 game ended, and we went downstairs to do the post game interviews, and Mayo had been fired before we got back in the elevator to go back upstairs to write about it, making all the interviews we had just done useless. And of course, I'm the only one thinking, well, there goes that prediction.
Did you have one? Not to jump ahead too far, but you had one on the 2026 list that was like that. Like you called something, and then like later that day, it was like a college basketball game.
Oh, I did. I crossed it out. Yes, I had Ohio State winning the. So that one it hadn't even published yet, and because I had written it earlier in the day. I had Ohio State winning the championship, and I was like, and I had a little alarm set on my phone. Go back and check that Ohio State had won before you set this to publish. And when they lost, I thought, well, it'd be funnier actually if I just went and showed everybody that I'm wrong already, just to make sure that nobody was looking at these predictions and running to DraftKings.
I don't know if no offense again, man. I don't know if these are DraftKings worthy predictions. Although
no, they are not.
you did say the Patriots will draft Will Campbell.
Yes, I did, and at that point, the Patriots were because the last game hadn't happened yet. At that point, the Patriots were in position to have the number one overall pick. So chances are for them to draft Will Campbell at that point, they would have had to trade down to do it. So it was a little bit. The pick was a little bit more impressive, although it was pretty clear they needed an offensive tackle, and he was the best one available.
And he's coming back, right?
He played on Sunday.
Oh, okay, good. He's back.
Yeah,
all right, that's back. Good. Yep. All right. Some other Patriots-related predictions from last year. Let's see. Let me go through. Oh, actually, there's one that's non-Patriots related. Aaron Rodgers finds no interest in him as a starting quarterback, and he will retire.
Yeah, I felt pretty good about that one at the time because at the end of last year, he looked so bad and so averse to being hit. And I apparently didn't assign enough blame to, I believe the term is jet stink, that was making some of that happen. And so, I mean, and I still think like he's still looking pretty brittle, and you watch him right now, he does not want to get hit. He's throwing the ball away faster than he has to because he really, I mean, and let's be honest, like he's 42 years old and in drastically better shape than I was when I was in 42, and I wouldn't have wanted to get hit at 42. That would have sounded pretty unpleasant. But he's close to the end. But the Steelers and Mike Tomlin has always been good at this. Mike Tomlin put him in a situation where he could make the most of what he had left, and that certainly was not ever happening with the Jets.
Now, one of this year's predictions wasn't it that Mike Tomlin will get fired?
Well, I had it. So I had. I don't have it in front of me. I'm driving at the moment. But
oh my God! Don't. This is not worth dying over.
I'll
find it for you here.
I had something like the two of the three would get fired. It was Mike Tomlin, John Harbaugh, and I'm trying to think who the third one was. Might have been Pete Carroll. And I still think John Harbaugh might get fired. I think he might be the seventh guy to go. But since the Steelers won in that ridiculous Sunday night game with the missed kick followed by a bigger missed kick, I think probably saved Mike Tomlin's job. That said, Steelers get blown out in the first round, and they can still go in another direction.
Mm. And now another one from last year that you were so close in getting right. Ichiro Suzuki will be inducted in the Baseball Hall of Fame by unanimous decision, and it was just one writer. Is that correct?
One member of the baseball writers didn't vote for him, and I wrote a column later in the year calling out that writer for not making it public and not explaining the decision for staying anonymous, which I thought was cowardly. Most of the writers reveal their ballot, and it did occur to me as I was writing that column, although I'd have done it anyway, that like this one guy who's not revealing this, messed up my predictions back in January.
Yeah, one guy, and it's Ichiro. Okay, this is like one of the greatest baseball players in history. And how do you not vote for the guy?
It should be so clear, and like the whole people avoiding unanimous is so dumb now.
Yeah.
Like they broke it. Mariano Rivera was unanimous, and he certainly was not. He was not the best player in the history of the sport, but was absolutely worthy of being unanimous. So can we stop that with the if Babe Ruth wasn't unanimous, then no one should be unanimous. If somebody's a Hall of Famer, you check their name and you check the box next to their name and move on. The performative stuff is baloney.
Yeah. And then one final one from last year that you really nailed. Brad Marchand accepts a team-friendly 2-year extension with the Bruins. Oh, this is making me cry, too. I mean, seriously.
I really thought that was going to happen.
I think we all did.
I spent enough time in listening to him talk about it and talk about what it meant to him to be a Bruin and all of that. And I was feeling even better about it when he's standing out giving the speech at the Centennial game out by the Bear statue and how much it meant to be with these other people. I legitimately thought one side would cave because nobody would want that. And certainly, like, you told me he was going to be a Panther, I'd have been like, there's no way. And sure enough.
We still love him, though. It's amazing the reception he got. And with the Panthers,
for sure.
A team that we hate, but, it's great to see that reception he got when he came back to the Garden. All right, let's
and those tears were genuine for sure.
Yeah. Let's go to 2026 here, and I'll start off, and you're calling the Thanksgiving Patriots game. It'll be the Pats and Lions on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, this one's slightly more analytical and less from the posterior, so to speak. The Patriots are going to be going into next year with Drake May. They're going to be a popular TV team, and they haven't played on Thanksgiving in a while, and so they as part of their schedule for next year, they'll play at Detroit at some point. And Detroit hosts a Thanksgiving game every year.
Mm.
That makes a ton of sense for that to happen. So it's certainly not a guarantee, but I like my chances on that one. Mathematically, that's closer to being probable than a lot of the things I predict, as you well know.
Not to be a complete downer here, but you don't think the Stephon Diggs thing that's going on right now will inhibit that?
I think maybe a little bit. I'm not sure he was necessarily going to be back anyway, because I think they'll be in the market for more receivers in general. I could see. I mean, yes, is that problematic and a little bit, sure, but I don't think from a TV standpoint they want to put teams that are good. The Patriots, I think, will be good again next year. And they want to put quarterbacks on TV, and he definitely fits that. Drake May definitely fits that.
You're all calling Drake May for the MVP, though.
I think he could. I feel like people tend to mess these predictions up, or this voting up.
Wait. Other people tend to mess these predictions up, Matt? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no. I'm saying the May thing could really go either way, because they do sometimes have these end up giving like the Matt Stafford a lifetime achievement award sort of thing on that. But I kind of do think he's going to get it.
Okay. All right. We're talking to Matt Vautour from MassLive. We do this every year. He has his predictions for the year. Another one of those is, let me see. Oh, by the way, that third name, Mike Tomlin, John Harbaugh, and Sean McDermott. You think all of them will be fired, although you're not thinking Mike Tomlin so much now.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Did we lose? Okay.
Oh, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm on the 495 to the Mass Pike off ramp here at the moment. So I guess there's a little bump. I'm actually in Westboro at the moment. As I've often been Westboro's Matt Vautour.
That's
I'm
right.
Actually in the hub of the universe.
Back home. Matt Vautour, back home, ladies and gentlemen.
Just passing through. Someday they're going to name the rest stop, but not yet.
You also say for this year, Bill Belichick will get fired by North Carolina, which I agree.
Or step down.
They'll probably tell him to step down, which is the same thing, right? I mean, he's had a horrendous year. Although you are saying he's going to get married this year on the Vineyard.
Yeah, I think Coastal Maine.
Oh, okay. Coastal Maine, is that it? Okay.
Well, we'll have to. You and I can decide next year if he gets married in the Vineyard, if I get half credit.
Okay.
If I get half credit for that. But it was funny because I was going to pick a date, and I started to put in on June 13th, but I was like, wait a second, is she going to want to share the spotlight with Taylor Swift? And then I was like, all right, so maybe not June 13th.
That's strategic thinking right there, Matt. I would never have
thought
of it.
I do think that this is it for Belichick there. I do think they're not. I don't think they'll be good again, and I think the experiment ends and Carolina recognizes it and pulls the plug.
Do you think he'll go into broadcasting?
I think the only reason he went into broadcasting before, was because he was trying to kind of rehab his image a little bit and come off a little warmer and fuzzier. And so I think I could see him having. I don't think he'll go as hard into it as he did last time.
Okay. And do you still believe San Francisco and Jacksonville will be in the Super Bowl, with the Niners being victorious there?
There'll be honestly no Super Bowl matchup that would surprise me other than the Steelers getting into it. I like that San Francisco team. They've got they have a harder draw now than they did when I made that prediction. It looked like they were going to. Brock Purdy's a little bit off, but I'll stand by it. I'm gonna stand by it for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll check next January. Of course. Also, a couple of non-football related ones here. I like this one. I hope this happens. The USA wins double hockey gold. The men and the women's team will be victorious in Italy coming up. When is that? Next month, right? February?
Next month, yes. Next month. So here's the thing. USA and Canada are both really good, and I'd love to see that as a gold medal matchup again. I think I was surprised Jordan Binnington played as well as he did in the Four Nations game that went to overtime. I don't think Canada has the goalie to match up in this, and they're that close, and the goalie can make a pretty significant difference. And so if Hellebuck is good for the United States, I think that puts them over the edge. And that women's game, the women's USA Canada game, is reliably one of the greatest games that you can count on in the Olympics. Set your schedule around it. That women's hockey game has been great for like 5 straight Olympics now, and it should be good again. But I think, having seen some of the results between them in the little exhibition run they have, the U.S. has had the better of them of late.
All right. Well, as long as it's not on during curling, then I'll watch it. And then you say Jayson Tatum will be back with the Celtics on February 8th.
Yes, I decided I was going to get as specific as possible on that one, and I think Jayson Tatum wants to come back at home. I think he will want the big audience for it. February 8th is the Knicks on ABC on a Sunday afternoon. Now that will be a big TV game for a lot of people because it's the same day as the Super Bowl. So I do. I think that's the. I think that will get a ton of attention. I think he's not that far off, and so I was trying to throw the dart and hit a specific date, and I think if looking at the way Tatum has approached us, I think if he's ready, that would be the one he'd circle.
All right. Well, Matt Vautour here from MassLive, sports writer from MassLive, Westborough's Matt Vautour. He's back in Westboro for a limited time, ladies. He's on the off ramp to 495 right now. So
I'm on the Pike now.
Oh, you're on the Pike now. That's right, man. That's right, buddy. All right. Well,
I'm both on the Mass Pike and on the Pike, so that's pretty good.
So we'll check in. Well, of course, we'll check in with you before then. But this is always fun checking in every year and see how you're doing. What about the Bruins? Actually, finally, one final thing. You're saying the Bruins aren't going to make the playoffs.
It's going to be so tight now, especially with Hampus Lindholm is hurt again. I think it's a tough thing for them. I still think they're probably they need somebody else that can score a little bit. I think they'll be hesitant to. I think especially with some of the quality draft picks that they have coming up and some of the prospects they have, I think they will be conservative at the deadline this year with the idea being that they're set up to get better, a little stronger, and so forth next year.
All right. Westboro's Matt Vautour from MassLive talking about his yearly predictions in the sporting world. Matt, we appreciate it, man. Thank you very much for your time, and we're gonna keep close track of all these. Of course, we should start wagering on these, Matt. We got to maybe some chowder at Harry's or something like that. We should make some sort of a list and go against each other. And I'll absolutely bet you chowder at Harry's. That'd be a fun little that'd be a fun thing. Or your charity versus my charity. Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, that'd be fantastic. And I'll tell you, looking at your past record with these, I think I have a pretty good chance.
Yeah, you really do. to pick something worthy.
All right, you can see Matt Vautour's writing and read it at masslive.com. Matt, thank you very much.
Good to talk to you, Mike. Have a good one.